Alright, in this video I'm going to show you how you can create your first Facebook ads campaign. So we're here in our ads manager at the moment. The very first thing we're going to want to do is head over and click this create button. So this is going to take us to another page which will allow us to choose the campaign that we want to run. So we'll go ahead and do that. Alright, so we have quite a few different options that Facebook gives us for the type of campaign that we want to run. Since this is your first Facebook ad, we're going to keep things nice and simple, and we're just going to run a traffic ad. So a traffic ad is basically an ad that you would run to drive traffic to a blog, website, basically anywhere that you want to drive traffic to. This is the type of ad that you would use. Facebook's pretty straightforward in that the type of campaigns that they give you are pretty self-explanatory. So, you know, if you want to run a video ad, you're going to choose video views. If you want to run a lead ad, you'll do a lead generation ad. So it's pretty self-explanatory, but we're going to go with a traffic ad today, and I'll show you how to set one of these up. This is probably one of the most common types of ads that you'll run as well. So we'll scroll down. Here you can name the campaign, and then down here under campaign budget optimization, you're going to want to either choose a lifetime budget or daily budget. So let's say it's a daily budget, we might put $10 a day. And then on the next page we can set the ad schedule. In another video I'm going to go over a bit more about campaign budget optimization and what it actually is. But for now, in simple terms, this is just where you're going to set your budget for the video. Sorry, for the Facebook ad. So we'll hit continue here. Now I'm not going to be creating a real ad. This is just a dummy ad, just to show you how you need to set up your ad. Alright, so we'll scroll down. Now the first section is our audience section. Here you are going to want to pick the location that you want to basically where your audience is that you want to target. So we'll keep it as Australia for now. Here you can pick the age group that you want to target as well. So you could make it very narrow or very broad. Basically this is almost as broad as it gets, but you know, we could make it 18 to 20 if we really wanted to. I would say for your very first ad you want to keep it fairly broad, and later on you can optimize it down once you can have a look at some of the stats that are coming through. And again, in another video I'll show you how you can read all the stats and optimize your Facebook ads for later. Also, when you're picking the location, so say Australia, if the group audience that you want to target is, say, someone that lives in the country and isn't just visiting on a holiday, then you want to make sure you go up here and click people who live in this country. So now this is going to target actual residents of Australia and not just tourists visiting the country. Alright, here you can choose the genders, so you could keep it all, or just target men, or just target women. And then we get a bit more to the interesting section. So this is where we can target different interest groups, behaviors. What else can we target? Types of employers, types of jobs. There's a lot of different things we can target here. You can get a few ideas by clicking the browse button, and this will allow you to look at different demographics you can target, interest groups, and behaviors as well. So have a little bit of a look through that. It'll give you maybe some ideas as well of different groups to target. I personally always use this here, the Audience Insights tool. So this is where you can do some research on the different target audiences that you want to look at. Again, in another video, I'll go into a bit deeper about how to use this. But for now, as an example, let's say I have a blog and I would like to, the blog is maybe a fitness blog, and maybe its niche is fitness and yoga. And so I want to target people who are interested in primarily yoga. So first of all, we might look at targeting fitness as quite a broad topic. So we might just do physical fitness. So you can see that has quite a large size. That's a worldwide size, so it won't be quite that big for Australia. So we'll add that, and you'll see our audience has changed to 6 million people. Now, that's quite a large audience, so we want to narrow that down. So to do this, we'll click on Narrow Audience, and we can now add another interest. So now, maybe we will add yoga as another interest. So again, there's a number of different ones. For now, we'll just tailor it down with yoga as a broad topic. Okay, so we're now we've almost halved the audience. So it's now 3.3 million, but it's still quite broad. We might look at narrowing it a bit further. It depends how big an audience you want. I would say somewhere between, and again, it depends on what sort of product or website or whatever you're promoting, but you know, anywhere I guess between 250 to a million potential reach would be fine. So let's type in yoga again and see if we can narrow it a bit further. So maybe we could look at people interested in Bikram yoga. All right, so that's 140,000. Now, that might be okay to target. It's reasonably small, but not too small. Basically, what I would be doing though is, personally, I would always research these different interests, as I said, in the Audience Insights tool. So that way I can have a pre-look at how these what these audience look like, their demographics, and basically if they're good or not to target. But as the example, we'll just use this for now. All right, so we've got our audience. Also, never click this button here, expand your detailed targeting. So if I click this, you have a look at what happens to our potential reach. It's going to all of a sudden skyrocket to 900,000 people. So basically what this does is Facebook will expand the audience to people that they might think are similar to this audience here, but don't ever use it. Just keep it unclicked. That way you're actually targeting the real audience that you've set up. All right, then we're going to go down a bit further. Actually, one other thing I want to say, Facebook ads is really all about testing. So, you know, yes, I might run an ad targeting these interests, but, you know, it could be likely it might not result in anything, or it might. It could be quite successful. We don't know, but what we want to do is keep on targeting different interest groups until we find a winning interest group, and then we can start scaling that ad as well. So yeah, we want to be testing a lot of different ads and different interest groups to see which one works best for whatever we're wanting to advertise. Anyway, so then we go down to placements. Maybe leave it on for your first time automatic placements. This just means it's going to incorporate all of Facebook's placements like Instagram, Messenger, Facebook obviously, but you can edit it if you want. If it's, you know, say you don't want to include Instagram, you can uncheck that. right there, but it might change your audience. See, it dropped it quite a bit. So it does just depend, but you can tweak it. But for now, I would say just keep it on automatic. And again, you can look at the statistics later to see where most of your traffic is coming from. The other thing you can do as well, where are we? So when you click edit placements, you can change devices as well. So you could choose just to target mobile if you would like. So we could exclude desktop. Most of my ads, normally I would just exclude desktop, because I always find that pretty much all of my traffic, at least 95%, is coming through mobile anyway. So normally I just keep it targeting mobile only. Alright, so then we can go down. We want to optimize for link clicks. This is where you can set your schedule if you want, and I would advise you to do this definitely for your first ad once you get used to it. So just click start, set a start and end date. You can start the ad immediately, but just set a date that you want, for the ad to finish. So maybe you would set it for 5 days or 3 days, whatever you like, and then you can also adjust the time that you want it to finish also. So we're just going to then click continue. Now this next part, this next page is where we're going to actually set up the artwork or the content for the ad. So here we'll choose a single image or video, and I advise you to do this option as well for your first ad. We'll scroll down. Here you can add the video or image from your desktop, so upload it, and then it will appear right here and this will give you a preview of what the ad will look like. So after you've uploaded your video or image, we can then put in the primary text for our ad. So this will be our main message that we want on the ad. And then here we can put in a headline. The headline, it's optional, but it's going to be what shows up next to the button that will then have your link. So it'll have your website link. So this headline could say, 5 best yoga poses, and that will come up right next to the button to then go to the website of your choice. You can then put a little description as well. Once you've done this, scroll down a bit further, and this is where you want to put in your website URL, where you want to direct the traffic from the ad. So it might be your website, blog, whatever it might be. Alright, and then here you can change what button type you want for the ad. So this is the button that they would click on to then visit the URL that you've put here. So you could have learn more. This is probably the most common one that you'd have, but there's quite a few you can choose, as you can see, and you can scroll through all these and find whatever suits you best, but we'll keep it for learn more. You can add language as well if you have translations. Now that if you've got your Facebook pixel set up, make sure to turn this on. So this is off currently, it'll be blue if it's on. So turn this on as well if you've set up your Facebook pixel. And then we just want to go down and click confirm. Once you click confirm, it'll have a little bit of a loading procedure, and it'll basically put the ad into review for Facebook to determine if it meets all their advertising policies. Normally this could take anywhere from an hour to 4 or 5 hours, but generally normally 1 to 2 hours. And yeah, if your ad meets all their advertising policies, it will then go from review status to approved status, and then your ad will start running. Alright guys, well that's the video for today. I hope this really helps you set up your first Facebook traffic ad. Leave a comment in the description below if you would like me to do an ad on a video on the other types of ads you can run. And again, hit that like button. Hope this provided you some value, and stay tuned for the next video. Thank you.